they're facing elimination, but it's Ancient, so it feels like we can all see the journey back within this series and the journey back within this event. But if you start slow, if you trip over your own feet here and now, you are indeed eliminated from what is the very last CSGO IEM Cologne. Minho up close on smoke. It's a rapid pace set by Cloud9 to get up through Donut. If there's one map that 9 could have been focusing improvements on in the offseason, it should be this one. Perfecto holding on to top green. Hades, he's getting the retake, rolling, and Electronics down to 10 HP. Beretta's looking for the next one, and Hobbit's just going to try to slide back, opens the door for Shiro to peek. Goofy sprinting in, chasing Hobbit, and clearing him out when needed. Goofy doubles back. Time is of the essence. He's thinking he's over on long, but of course Shiro plays this to perfection.
Is he gonna
slides out behind Goofy, shoots him in the head.
Okay.
Took that timing on the donut push to guarantee the win.
How did Electronic get another kill, man? When
I don't know.
They were swinging him in donut, and he jumped up on the ledge, and he had 10 HP and had to reload.
Because it's just Electronic.
God damn. So, spitting image of the last veto, just different order here. With Ancient being the closing map from yesterday for them versus Fnatic, and that was a good wreck to get, you know, to go to overtime. Of course, they still ended up losing it, which was sort of a very clutch performance out of Fnatic in overtime when they made that happen. It was 9 rounds T-side for both squads. So I think, at least in terms of 9, the funny part about 9 is obviously how bad they are on Ancient.
Yeah.
But they actually play it so much.
Yep.
And you know what? I think at some point,
they're going to get better.
I think they're going to get better.
They've got to get better, right?
Yeah. I think it's maybe, all right, maybe they shouldn't play it too much because they do lose it a lot, but it's not like their permaban that they've just switched that they are letting through once in a while. They do get reps on this map. They always have. Even if they're like the speed bag and their opponents be like Mike Tyson.
You'd think like they would have to try to not get better by playing this as much as they have.
Yes. Man, they were refusing to learn.
And I don't see 9 as that type.
No, they're learners for sure.
Now, to piece together all of those improvements at the start of a new season versus the likes of Cloud9 when elimination looms.
That'd be good timing.
Be pretty damn perfect. You know, leverage the fact that Buster is indeed standing in with basically 0 notice and practice. And then you can say you beat Cloud9 on Ancient, but just don't mention the stand-in. Buster's going to hear the rumblings of the push. We get a dink on Buster. This is not good.
Man,
this is not good at all. This is a pistol round win for Cloud9, but a 3v5 in the follow-up.
Yeah, they're getting chewed on. Like a dog toy right now. So, low. Oh, there's just more chip damage. I mean, they're just falling apart. They're getting eroded.
What happened? Kai comes through with pressure out cave.
Polish power, that's what happened, Connor.
God damn.
Polska Gurum.
Polska Gurum, all right.
Polish cow. Zwiek. Zwiec. Zwiek.
You're on your own here, bud. I'll speak French, you speak Polish. Yeah, they look a little dumbfounded with how this one has gone, but they'll at least be able to hold on to the double AK Galil.
Yeah, they
right?
keep their guns protected.
It's not the end of the world. It's not that whole walk into a bomb site, every single person dies, all your money's gone type vibe. This is simply a hiccup.
I've seen Hades pop off on this map before.
That is true.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember when, but I remember there was an Ancient map where he completely owned.
Good to know it can occur at least once.
Yes, it happened.
Here we have Minho just getting a little lucky, but Shiro dead regardless. Can't bring him back from the grave. Player behind box cleared out by Hades. Donut pressure transitions into Kai on lane. Nicely done. And they're not going to give him much room here to breathe. Buster dropped to 4 health. Perfecto still with the Deagle. You know, I was thinking Cloud9 getting away with weapons means they could come back in this, but this one falls flatter than the last.
They didn't have much going into it, but they did have armor investments. Just spent all their money to see what they could do. And they lost to an MP9 from 100 meters away behind a smoke inside of window.
Nine have played Ancient 25 times in the last 6 months.
They love Ancient. How much do they win?
6 wins, 19 losses.
It's a pretty hilarious.
25 maps of Ancient. Like,
well, okay, what about best win, worst loss? Who's the best Ancient team that 9 have beaten?
Kylar's the highest rated player. That I need to get off my chest at a 1.0.
1.0.
That's your best.
Yeah.
They clear out the remnants of Cloud9.
Of the teams that they played against in those.
I'm getting there. I'm flopping here.
Click on Ancient.
Oh, just click on the map. Okay, we're good. Biggest loss, Astralis, 16-7.
Wait, no, go to the full thing and just you be the judge because you know better than this website.
As the Glocks roll through.
I got this one, man. This is why Hades should be the highest rated player on Ancient, because he's the opper. All right, so here he comes with the buy zone, baby.
Why is there a bison? Why?
2. And that's where it'll all end.
Imagine you get a kill on a round where you only have Glocks. You reach forward and you have to pick up a bison.
It's a trap. He just threw it away. He just keeps the Glock.
It's like, who wants this damn thing?
Yeah, Shiro will find a way to get kill with it. Never mind.
Kylar tapping away with the MP9. He's going to get rushed down by Minho to close it. So 9's forced by in the second. And they get through with 4.
It's the only gun that can sabotage Glocks.
True. Yeah.
The only gun that someone won't drop a Glock for, the buy zone. Why the buy zone hate? I can't tell you. 64 bullets, attractive price point, championed by players such as Get Right in the past. Hilarious, rare, cool skin on that one. There's some upsides, not many.
Are you talking about the judgment of Anubis?
It makes people laugh.
That's fair. It's a good time, but a serious affair now to unfold. Kai gets out. Leaning back on Perfecto.
I do like that heavy commit B control. And that's the CT. Now, the CTs are without mid for a second, so they can't be totally sort of comfortable sitting in the A site. But they're coming in for the reclear. These are looking like good protocols out of 9 for the moment, while C9 just sort of scour the extremities. Coming back to B, maybe to throw some kind of fake. We've got Perfecto and a full kit of utility on this side of the map, but the bomb going to A. All right.
They're cooking.
The CTs are... Man,
pushing.
The CTs might have overdone it here. Playing late in the mid, but the bomb's an elbow. Okay, it's going to go back to A, surely.
Sitting outside.
This is a detailed strategy.
Climb up's a threat. It's looming. Kylar's not going for it yet. And even if he does, remember, liability with the MP9.
I think they had to be ready to go.
30 on the clock.
Okay.
2 more smokes still for C9 if they want to just try to cut off Hades' angles. 1 temple, 1 donut, cut through. There's that MP9 climb up, but again, the AK's just got the better advantage. And a missed shot from Hades, that opens the door. They flood into the site, and there's nothing 9 can do about stopping this bomb plant now. Minho goes towards elbow, caught out by the lurk from Perfecto, and now they've got 1 still over towards B. Nice and smooth from Cloud9 to get it back. But of course, there were chances.
I could see why 9 lose this map after watching this round. So...
unpack it.
Beginning of the round is great. They get the deep B control. It's not even responded to by Cloud9. And Cloud9 are actually playing with almost no map control whatsoever. Nothing inside of mid, no elbow defaulter, playing in A main, waiting behind a smoke, no pressure at all. And even with that, even with most of the map control, 9 don't know where to go next. They don't actually overstack the A site. They don't use the fact that they have pushed B to try to cheat a rotation. They stay inside mid near 30 seconds in the round, so they're very far away from the attack. So they just didn't really do what they had the info to do. Instead, they make that push up onto elbow as if they're retaking B.
Yeah.
That's Hades' favorite move.
Bad. You're allowed to hit yourself. Just not those around you.
Yeah.
That's where we draw the line.
Yeah.
Cadian's not gone down that arc yet.
Yeah.
Smoke in front of the Molotovs.
Cadian versus Apex, though, I'd pay to watch.
Yes, sir. Hades also knows that even though they were out of position, one op shot could have had a conversation. A lot of promise behind the Cloud9 roster. And they're gunning for the playoffs, but got to get through this one. Hades, well, gets churned up inside a donut. Hobbit's got the double entry. Minio so damn blind, never even regained vision. And so it's another cookie cutter round out of C9 to the A site. Everything goes to perfection. Little mid split, little long play. Take your sweet time to finish it off. It comes with a cost in Shiro dying. That'll be an AK upgrade on departure.
That's a good attack right there from Cloud9.
Yep.
It's not complicated, and it's solid looking overall. It's a map, again, they're playing in back-to-back days. So if there's one thing that they've really thought about a lot, it's Ancient. That's for sure. Vertigo being picked against them is no surprise from either Fnatic or 9.
No. Also, just a great map where I feel like there's not this asterisk next to Perfecto and Electronic like there is on Vertigo.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, for C9's sake, with Buster as the stand-in, this one definitely an equalizer. Missed shot from Hades. Could have been a casualty.
Did you do a tap on the cheek?
Just one. This one's a bit poutier. That's what happens when it's back-to-back rounds with missed chances on the AWP.
It was an easy shot. Maybe he just doesn't like the angles. Like you pointed out, it's not like he's carrying and the team's losing on this map. He's not. It's just not really. Yeah, it's just I get it now.
And yet they get stuck playing in this map.
It's a map they can't figure out. They need to hire. They need to like do. They need to contract someone. You know, like Mahone, for example.
Okay.
Fix my Ancient. You know what I mean?
All right.
I guarantee he'd fix it.
Well.
Better call Sponge. You know what I mean?
Okay, sure.
It's one of those.
Yes. Get someone on the case. We need a detective. Ooh. Immense utility damage versus Shiro. He was looking for early contact. And there's contact, all right. Nade to the chest. It's a dangerous game, this wallbang.
Yeah, it used to be a one-way thing. Now it seems like shooting back is the way to go.
With full mid control, you know Electronic can pump out more shots than you. You start shooting back, all of a sudden the lane player swings. You don't know, you're in the dark if you're Kai.
It's also, you think about, you're close to the wall, your cone of fire is going to be so much wider. He's shooting very close to your head every single time.
So, doesn't stick around, doesn't push his luck, just tries it once. C9 happy to rotate it back. Delivery for Perfecto as he carries bomb forward. We got the numbers here. That frag does chip at Goofy, a warning sign as to what's to come. But there is a lot of uncertainty, I think, for 9 in this setup. They don't have any donut peak, no A main peak, no top red room.
Shiro's about to throw a lot of grenades.
But that smoke top ramp causes problems at the 30-second mark. Electronic may have an angle into the bomb site. If you smoke off long, then they can push through that ramp smoke with less issue, unless 9 do the same damn thing. And Perfecto's got a safe plant with cover out of cave. C9 aren't afraid of your utility. They got what they wanted. a chance to just move up into the B bomb site with zero resistance. No defenders inside of cave to stop them. Nobody spamming back on lane until the smoke fades and Hades decides enough's enough. Retake starts rolling with Buster locked in close. He's got support down ramp and cave. So him getting one is still just good enough. Electronic in the corner is gonna jostle them in. If you want him, you gotta go get him. And just as you think you can leave, he shoots you in the back.
It's a great call, and you know what? You pointed out the fact that 9 had the late ramp smoke, but that's all they had. They didn't have cave. And so when that was taken, it was a very, very clean entry after Electronic could freehand his smoke to block out CT control, and I think it made it a whole lot easier to run up into the site. They had the back of default clean. It just wasn't as scary to actually run in. So even though the CTs seem to be here, they all peeled back too much. And now 9 have, well, resigned to pistols. They are a round down.
Yeah. The beatings will continue.
Yeah.
And Cloud9's score will improve. Clear game plan from C9 in that last round, and they just put everything in place, going through the motions. Early mid-map control into the cave. A high level of Counter-Strike versus a team that struggles on Ancient.
What if they traded with Astralis? Like, Astralis' Ancient for 9's Vertigo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good trade. Get workshop.
They can take over the world together. Oh my god, knife somebody.
Fun position. Kylar kills Electronic, almost gets a second. But again, unarmored pistols, you're not hoping for much. That's a maniacal laugh.
Electronics got the Birdwalk Empire haircut.
New team.
I'm gonna do that too. New team, new cut.
New cut, new Electronic. C9. 5-3 lead. This will be back-to-back series for 9 that leads to a third map. If history repeats and they continue to lose Ancient. But again, that's kind of the expectation set at the start of the day. It was versus Ents as well. That's the Vertigo. The Vertigo pick is just so good for 9.
That's the 9.
That's the 9.
New York called it a tall map pool.
Yeah.
Not strong.
Okay.
But certain maps extremely good on, just like Astralis.
Oh, I like that. I like that differentiation. Of course, again, we're coming off of the player break. 9 have had a boot camp. They know that Inferno's still the permaban. Eventually, they will improve. Guns could help, right? We've seen a couple missed shot from Hades. If Hades gets an opening pick, if we get man advantage, there's still a CT side to be had here. I'm not a pessimist. But 9 are going to have to give it to us. And right now, Hades is just leaning back on a more passive donut angle, one that gets smoked off easily with the red room smoke too. So Cloud9, this affinity for mid. It's the first step of each of their rounds. Leaving bomb outside of B, they linger. When we had that late mid to B split, it was a lack of cave control that made it way easier for C9.
They're really trying to put together some complicated splits right now. I mean, the bomb over on the B side, they've got good map control everywhere. Oh no, Hades is just not liking this map, honestly. I think that the angles here are not working for him. And oh, Kai had an advantage on that fight too.
Goofy has to fall back because Ramp's also under pressure. That split comes out from the Ramp players. Spams on the mark. Buster catching kills over on the other end of the map. Good for him, getting up to 6 frags.
I mean, I don't mind the idea here. Okay, 2v3, we'll see what happens. But they've got to worry about the Buster alert coming in late with the op. I guess for a moment, the B side is vulnerable, but the CTs are not looking for this engagement. So this round, actually, they're all set up in perfect spots, right? Like, Kai should have got his kill on Electronic. He came out of the corner peak. That was free. Hades had another sitter. Like,
third
that
time.
Was free, yeah.
Third round.
So nothing bad about this round positionally. And Cloud9 try to come through with something super complicated like 40 underwater upside down chess. And yet they think now they're smart because they did that. But in reality, like, they didn't trick 9 at all. They all held really good angles. They had good positions for these fights. They just kind of fought their way out.
Most notably, the Hades miss into that electronic Kai cave snap. You must heat up the brain with the hand warmers. Gotta,
Yeah.
whatever it takes. Yeah, right? You got some defibrillators on the scene, dude. More pressure out mid again. More economic problems here for 9. Oh, shoot enough bullets, you'll find your headshot. Hobbit did nothing wrong, but takes a dink down to 18. Now, we've seen mid play, but not quite red room pushes. So C9 was something a little different versus majority pistols from 9. And they've slid Goofy down the ramp. There's regularly been somebody outside of this B site, so I can understand his hesitation with the doorway. But really, again, the difference, they've traded long B for just top red room instead. The lane push coming out of Goofy could get punished, but with low HP on Hobbit because of that spam out of Minho, it works. Buster having traded places. Who comes out better off of this? Minho, he's going to find the bomb. He's been able to slip past Buster, who doesn't get the headshot right back. Minho's put himself in a great spot. He softened up the player over towards the lane. That was Hobbit, who died, and Goofy continued his flank. But that rotate out of Kai is a little delayed, and Goofy's flank just too far away, not going to be able to unless they stall. If C9 hesitate, there is still a chance that Goofy could get more impact. And this would be a perfect round to steal, but he just lost his teammate at the same time. Electronic knows exactly where he is, and he's on low HP. A headshot from Goofy, or a clutch for Electronic.
I think he knows for sure it's Donut, right?
Has to be.
Yeah, it's only back default or Donut. That jump spot did a lot. Electronic, well, got a lot of HP, but this op, one shot.
Out goes the flash.
That's all he needs.
Oh! Turns his back.
It's always perfect to time it before they tap. Right? If you can figure that out, it's even better than after.
Maniacal.
Oof.
Poor Goofy. Didn't even get a chance. Now, considering 2 rifles, cool to see 9 making something happen. Of course, boils down to the whole Buster Minho timing inside A main, and you could see Buster, I think.
Taking that timing from Electronic for a second. There was no noise made beside the scope coming out A main, and he times that peak perfectly. Now, he doesn't know the op picked up. I guess that's one thing. But still, perfect.
Kai's out cave.
Saw that, though.
There we go. Hades, first bullet hits.
Youch!
Down to 13 health, man.
Uh-oh.
4th time Hades has had somebody walk into an angle at the start of the round. 1st time he picks up the kill.
Oh, this is massive for Hobbit. Okay, let's see how he plays the lurk. I mean, they can lead in with this. He doesn't have a smoke for them for CT, but the amount of spots he's cleared out, this is a given.
He's going to go deeper off of it. Bomb's coming. Minho's looking to clear out Temple. Does so before the rest of the pack can arrive. So despite Hobbit's best efforts, it's not Cloud9 with a sight under their boots. Trying to figure out where to go and when to do it. Man advantage for 9. Something that they haven't worked with all too often. No more smoke grenades for C9 either, so difficult, but Shiro serving as the jackknife finishes off Minho as Hades had just given up an angle towards A main. He misses another shot, and Shiro will not let that go unpunished. Goofy throws out a smoke, and as he runs it forward, leaving a gap on the backside, Kai's flank's been found out, forces C9 forward into Donut. They'll all go. Shiro holds the ground, doesn't take the flick. Nothing you can do about it until you peek. Oh, and he just pops his head.
One more.
On the jump up, goes for Goofy, who's pinned against the wall. And Goofy trying to escape shall not. Hobbit opening it up originally, dying to the Minho clear.
God damn.
But then Shiro comes through with the big green, and Hades doesn't put him down.
Dude, Hades is having a certified hood classic right now.
Had
in the way that
another
he
chance.
Yeah, this is
He got his opening.
so
Shiro wasn't even scoped. And Kai is just playing Frogger. You jump at Shiro one too many times.
you know, this almost has nothing to do with the map. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I like these angles that he's holding are perfectly fine. Like, it's not like he's being awkward on the angle. He's just missing the easiest shots ever, which is, it's almost funny. Do you know what I mean? I mean, 9 are used to losing a map in their series even when they dominate on Vertigo, right?
Yeah.
So this is just par for the course. You don't have to feel bad for them. They'll just bounce right back on Anubis.
They've been here before.
They've been here every time. So it is sort of a little hilarious that you can see why they just can't win this map. Have you ever seen anything like it?
You think the 9 players just have nightmares about Ancient?
Like, you think Hades would have an unbelievable KD actually with this. He's already got 6 kills and yet we've only seen him miss.
Like 4 shots where he's scoped in, holding the angle, has the advantage.
4 shots, that's 4 deaths. That would be gone. He would have, I mean, he'd be
10 and 6 instead of 6 and 10.
And the momentum and the ecos out of Cloud9, massive.
Because he's been set up as the first point of contact, as Minio is this round. Nothing to lose here. They just throw the 2 rifles through a main. Hold your horses. Kai's 5-7, finds a bit more damage. Electronic gets swung on by Hades. The P250 hits. Minio's flanks found out, though. Got aggressive. Evacuation plan back to top middle. Kylar's scout rings out. And Perfecto looks to just join the push through Donut. Shiro holds, lets him catch up. They want to play it so they can trade. Kylar's scout finds its tag. Shiro's got the better gun, and there's no second scout shot to connect. So sure, 9, you've applied extra pressure. Hades, come through. Oh, Perfecto takes his head off.
No armor.
Cloud9, not everybody bought. Just P250s.
Okay. Right, he just picked
Keeping
that
money
gun
for
up.
the op.
What's that gonna do?
Hopefully hit a shot. Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, no, this is the 9 trajectory. Argue you're the best on Vertigo in the whole entire world.
Just put all your skill points into that map.
Take a whooping on Ancient and meet you on map 3. You know, 2-0s are overrated. Win's a win. Especially when that win extends your life here at IEM Cologne. Because goofs and gaffs, there are real ramifications to losing this match.
Yeah, that's true. It's got to be said.
And I think things will get real serious, assuming we get to that 3rd map, as things are currently going as expected. This is the picture everybody would have painted coming into the series. It's the one that 9 knew they had to face. You know, but it's good to look your demons in the eyes every day. And a day on Ancient, well, that's 9's demon. Got man advantage for the retake, and they're trying to inch ever closer. Kylar gets swept away. Donut control now slips to the side of C9. Goofy looking for somebody else. But Electronic's just going to keep his head down, and the Temple player could be in his sights in just a second. There's just enough time for the defuse. They don't see Electronic fast enough. A main player comes out to make sure this bomb pops, and C9, it's 10 on a T side.
Yeah, sometimes when I see Cloud9 make these rounds complicated, I'm like, just do the normal strat, and honestly, 9 are probably going to overthink it a little bit, because they don't have a lot of confidence in their rotations and everything. And this round is a very simple round from Cloud9. Like, they get the A main control, Op's not starting there. You got to be calling the fact that Hades is having an off half and taking advantage of that, because one of the main counters to the full A's is having an op underneath the flashes, into A main, having the op in Temple, and yeah, he's weak on the mouse right now. So Cloud9, I think they're just thinking, well, where's he going to go? I think it's honestly a good spot to sort of run into him, you know, even if he only goes 1 for 1.
Oh, threw it. Oh, wow. Nice, dude. Electronic. Wow. Wowza.
Yeah, that's the other upgrade about, you know, like you're getting him as an IGL who wants to be an IGL.
Yeah.
But you're getting Electronic, one of the best riflers ever. Like,
who
still young.
You know, this whole conversation of like, yeah, but think about if he wasn't calling. Yeah, but look at him when he does still call. Like, there wasn't a massive drop-off as he took that role on.
Also, I'll say we're sitting above Cloud9 right now, and
yes.
looking back on that previous round where they did a complicated walkout, rotate back towards A, csgo was intensely calling the entire round while it was live. And I think that's something that happened before, and that's something that will continue to happen for the mid-rounds. He's got a big voice on the team.
Honestly, deserved.
Yeah, if csgo said something, I'd listen for sure.
Electronic goes massacre mode. Snappy headshots. You can't help but laugh it off.
If you don't laugh, you will cry.
Finding comedy in tragedy. That's the human experience. And Ancient's definitely a tragedy. Unfortunately for 9. Not any one outing, but just the sheer amount of losses that have racked up against them. Surely one of their players has been dreaming about being in a major final once, and then all of a sudden the veto pops up and map 3 is Ancient. You know, that's nightmare fuel.
And the Zoomer map pool. Oh,
but Hades will open.
One, yeah.
He gets it when we're not watching.
Oh, just a little stage fright.
Oof. Hobbit will clear his corner appropriately. Kylar, another op in play. It was a 5v4 for 9. Missed shots coming out of the other op. Hades just going to dive bomb. The bomb site will drop csgo at the very least, as his teammates will have to try and come through. Split up for a 2 versus 3 retake. 12 rounds on a T side for Cloud9. Might get denied. Buster holding off on the flank, and Kai's going to get the better of him. Electronic, show us what you got. We got those headshots last round in middle. He's got a nice position back sight. A main player won't be able to find him. He'll make contact with Goofy, but he misses his chance. And so a slight uptick in improvement from the side of 9. It's a tough map for them. It's one that leads to Anubis, where we see that C9 aren't flawless, but we are very much par for the...
That's pretty much all I got.
Right,
Aztec
sure.
Temple, I mean...
Yeah, I can see the contrast.
So I understand why 9 hate it so much.
Yeah, it's not been fun for them. But hey, at least they finished the half with that 4th little round. A little retake. Electronic's gonna win a fight out on lane, and we will have a push out main. Hobbit just popping heads, though, making this one hurt. God damn. No entry. Your ticket is void.
Molly doesn't do anything.
The amusement park is closed. Go home. No, really, just walk away, boys. If you step into this bomb site, you're dead men. All these CTs coming chasing at you. Kai hoping that one hits the head, but it's tough. Bomb drop, 12th round added to the tally for Cloud9. Round by round, 9 will try to fight back.
We'll entertain the concept.
Of course.
This is what happens when you put your face close to the monitor.
This is what Yakinder sees every day.
I didn't see an airport.
Oh, my God. Molotov behind the pack. So MP9 here for Perfecto. Easy 3-piece and another SMG, shredding flesh from bone and shredding the hopes of 9 in terms of making this comeback. It's going to be a big hill to try and battle up. Cloud9 hoping to steamroll map 2. Get a little revenge for Vertigo.
And then revenge for themselves on Anubis. You know, like they do better than yesterday, sort of, because they got beat up a bit on Anubis versus Fnatic. That wasn't one of the closer maps. So some room to improve. It'll be interesting to watch. Buster also looking for a better day.
And 9 themselves play a bunch of Anubis. So we're gonna be in for a treat, I think. Especially considering, again, lose and go home. Shiro dodges the flash. Welcomes Kai into his temple. And sacrifices him to the gods. If Cloud9 could make a human sacrifice right now, it would be Buster for Exile. Hoping he arrives in time. Minho and Hades sliding up. Separated though, so that's a bit of a problem, especially the 7 health on Minho. He'll go deep and try to get another. Maybe the bomb carrier can get off to some shenanigans, but I don't expect Hobbit to move a muscle.
I think it's also just Minho doesn't realize he's been heard, so Hades can't grab his, so...
Man.
Well, there it is.
Done! More money made by MP9s. Cloud9 having fun. Laughing their way to an easy win on map 2. 10 rounds the lead. Glock's back out for 9. Again, this has just been their biggest struggle. Ancient, despite how many times they play it. And if we say improvements will come, I believe that. But it doesn't look like today's the day.
Yeah. Especially not with that first half and the way they lost the rounds.
Yeah.
Probably got to wait for another chance.
But if they know one thing, it's those chances just keep on coming.
They keep on. Everyone loves playing an Ancient versus them. They never ban it, so...
They will keep playing Ancient, for better or for worse. Tech9's trying to give chase to the double donut setup. Honestly, A-Main looking prime for the taking. Kai's got a little wrap back around donut, but it gets denied. Holding off the donut entrance. It is solid stuff from the Famas. Kylar, come on now. Ah, missed chance. Spam damage finds him. He's dropped to a quarter. C9 are going to be sitting on 11 map points. Because it's one thing to play 9 on Ancient and beat them, but this is just also incredibly convincing. Like, this is Cloud9 showing us again what like the individuals can do.
And what would the scoreline have been with Buster?
Because they look sharp on Vertigo, but
with
you
Exile.
Could tell 9 were just the better team.
Yeah, and that was definitely a situation where Buster was super uncomfortable. But much better now. I think it was 2 of 3 maps where he struggled yesterday.
Go take a look.
And I'll take a look if Anubis was one of them. Yeah, it was.
Okay. So there will be a question mark in that regard. Nine just shooting for a little respect. They say nothing is quite like officials. And here you've got one.
Setup is crazy.
2 players front donut, smoke to block them. They say, screw that fight. Let's take it around in the red room.
That's like a...
Let's get fancy.
Yeah.
Electronic rotating into them. He will get here in time, dropping a second player.
Goddamn.
Off of this pack that attempted to push through. Electronic having a great map, 20 and 14. Dispatching of 9 like it's nothing. Perfecto, quarter HP, drops the bomb carrier. Kai's got a double kill, a 2v2 left to work with. There may be some left in the tank for 9 after all. CT spawn, held on to. It'll have to be a Hobbit retake.
You know he's coming for it.
But I feel like you can feel 9 kind of taking the gloves off. Lose a player, follow through. It's a bit frantic, but within that, they find an opening. Trade frag efficiently into the A-split and Hobbit. Come on, man, don't take it away from them. He's concerned about the temple wraparound.
Imagine.
It's going to be a spam through smoke. Please don't end like this.
Don't let him do that.
Oh, no!
My goodness gracious.
Oh, that's exactly how it ends. Because the struggles